And when you started delegating and started seeing how people interact with that specific type of delegation, it sounds like you probably had a myriad and a spectrum of how you delegated based on the task and based on the human that was doing it. What did you start seeing in your life? Was that helpful? Was it impactful? Why? What was the difference than pre-delegation?
I think the biggest impact for me was just like my stress was reduced a lot, and my to-do list became something that was like manageable. Even though like a lot of people who are ambitious, I have a to-do list that is always growing, and even going into the holidays, I'm like, oh, there's like all these big projects I wish that I had time to do, but it doesn't feel like the number of things that need to happen today are like overwhelming on any given day. And my approach to figuring out what to delegate was to start by looking at how I was spending my time already. So I basically made a list for, I think, 3 days of like how I would spend my time every like 15 minutes. I'd be like, this is what I'm doing. And then I went through and I ranked how important that was, like to either my family or to the business or personal goals, and then how much energy it gave me or sucked from me. And I think what's really interesting is like the things that you want to delegate are not necessarily, it's not always like delegating are the things that actually take away energy. Because even if something's really hard, but it gives you energy, that's going to give you momentum throughout the rest of your day, versus when you get to these things that are like real energy sucks, they kind of like dive bomb the rest of your day. And so you're like, oh, I'm really reducing the amount of stuff I can accomplish by forcing myself to take on these things I don't enjoy.